Hey guys, Zachary James Hill here for the World of Allegora LARP. I've been requested to talk a little bit about archery in Allegora, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to talk about our barrel quiver that we use. We call it a barrel quiver because it sort of looks like a barrel of a revolver, as seen here in a more close-up view. So, a quiver, to those who do not know anything about archery, it's where the arrows are kept in the container for the arrows, essentially. So, when you think about normal quivers, you think about those back quivers that you see in a lot of pop culture, like in movies and TV shows. However, if you actually use those in actual combat, like with our LARPing, you will find that they're very more burdensome than what they should be. It's a lot harder to pull them out in the middle of combat. It's a lot just way more difficult to not have your hands right next to you. It's not as fast. It's a hindersome, essentially. We created the barrel quiver that holds about 12 boffer arrows pretty well. As you can see here, if you move around, it doesn't really get in the way. A lot of people have been talking about how if you fall down, it could sort of hit your leg or something, or be a danger, but really it doesn't really get in the way at all. I can move around and jump and move, and it really not do anything to me. Everything is just a-okay with my leg and all that jazz. The reason why this works is because the heads are obviously so much bigger than normal arrows. You can just plop them down in there and they'll stop. Well, it was also my intention to, of course, do like a really big video of just like nothing but archery and like cool shots and stuff, but I'll be quite honest with you, I'm terrible at archery compared to other people. My wife is like super good, but she's been like super busy with work lately. But regardless, I just thought I'd give you like a quick run through of the archery stuff. You know, you always want to keep your arrow on the right side. That's normal, like pop culture sort of way, but you can always shoot on the left side. Really, it doesn't really matter. It's actually quicker normally if you're able to get used to that. I like to shoot like this, like sort of crossbow style. But I mean, it's really up to you as long as you know whatever works. Keep the arrow, the feathers, sort of that is where the bow goes into, and the red feather goes out. If you shoot it like that, it'll take off the arrow. You want to make sure it slides like it's supposed to. I have this little this duct tape right here to help me notch it quicker, so I can notch it immediately. It also helps with rope burn, so I don't have to wear a glove when I'm pulling back the string right here. I made a little foam notch to rest the arrow on right here. Pretty cool stuff. And when you shoot these boffer arrows, especially our design, because we worked really hard on getting them to where they can fly correctly. Of course, you have to give a little bit of an arch more than a normal arrow because of the head so heavy of the arrow. So you want to give it a little room for like dipping, just sort of like what you would do with a paintball gun or something of that nature. But they fly pretty straight comparatively. As you saw when it got closer to the distance, it sort of started dipping a little bit more. But at a good medium range, you're going to probably hit someone pretty good if you just aim straight. If you want to do longer shots, just like with normal arrows, just a little bit more of an arch than normal with normal arrows. You'll just aim a little bit higher, so it has, some give to fly down. Shot of this. So you load your arrow, right? And again, I'm not a professional. I'm not really fast with this. Those who are really good with archery or like to do it like a lot, or even professional when they come into LARPing, they're going to be way faster at this. Boom. You take one out, load another one. Have the yellow right there. Pull that. Flip in. Boom. Another one. Pull out. Push in. Another one. Pretty easy stuff. So here, I created something similar, just a normal nice hole for the sword. I put it at a bit of a slant here, and with this cross guard that made it just out of foam on the sword, I can slide this puppy in here perfectly. Boom, and now I have my sword ready to be drawn. As most of you should know, when you do archery and LARPing and other boffering type sports, we don't allow it to be within 10 feet. So if an enemy's rushing at you, once they get into a 10-foot range, essentially, you can't arch them. That's for safety reasons, of course. So what's an archer to do? You can have your bow right here. Someone's rushing at you. You see they're coming close. You drop your bow. Pull out your sword. boom. And again, this doesn't get in the way at all. You can move around and fight just like you're supposed to. Get like that, and I'll show you an example of that. Quiver with the just a little notch for the sword, then you're all set to be an archer at a boffer event. Really easy to make. This was actually made out of spare foam. I didn't even glue any of this together. I just taped it together, got some spare foam. This was scrap foam. I just made sure it was it could wrap around the diameter of the sword I was using. So it could just sort of slide in like so. Give it a little bit more room. Blade guard stops it from going in. Sort of same thing with the quiver. The top sort of keeps it from going in, so it can slide in. But it's a pretty easy stuff. If it's secure to you, you should not have to put your hand on it. But you know, I always put my hand on it to make sure it doesn't move. But it holds pretty steady and all that jazz. It's a really cool thing, especially if you're you have like a spear or something that you want to use. In our LARP, you're able to have up to 3 weapons on you at a time. So if you're going to use like a two-handed weapon or a sword and a shield, and then you lose your shield, it gets broken, you can have this on your side and be able to pull that out and just let it rip. It's buckled just so that I doing that pretty easy and stuff. Put a bit at an angle so it does more like a sword instead of like up and down. And you set straight across. We did it so sitting like this, like it's supposed to. Pretty cool. Arrow thing can go up and down straight. Again, you just tie it around you and put rope. I did buckles, make it easier and adjustable for other people they wanted to use it. Pretty cool stuff like that. And if you want to make sure it's like more secure, you can make it go through your belt loops or whatever on your costume. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, check out our other YouTube videos, our Facebook fan page, and our website in the description below, or just Google the word Allegora, Allegora, and find us through all of our social media and all that there. The world of Allegora LARP, LARPing innovated.